It's Erica Rascon here. Today's video is all about the hips. It's going to be full of hip strengthening, hip opening, toning, lengthening, all sorts of good stuff. I highly recommend this video for anyone who spends a lot of time sitting, as well as anyone who spends a lot of time standing. Just having all of that pressure on your low back and your hips and the closeness of just sitting. Oh, so we're going to work on that today. We'll start off with 3 sun salutations. We'll start off with sun salutation C, hop over to sun salutation A, and then wrap up with B. That'll be our warm-up. And then we'll go into some isolating exercises and really tone the hip area. And then we'll go into some stretches that'll help to release tension and to lengthen those problem areas. So I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And without further ado, let's get started.
Let's begin with sun salutation C. On an inhale, bring your arms overhead, palms flat to the sky, swan dive forward, hinging at the hips. We'll rest here for a few breaths. And on the bottom of an exhale, bring your right foot back, aligning your left knee over your left ankle. And on an exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Let your heels become heavy and think about bringing your chest towards your knees. Bring yourself forward to plank pose on an inhale with your tailbone raised just a bit to protect your lower back if needed. And then bring your knees, chest and chin to the ground for Ashtanga Pranam. Slide forward to Cobra Pose, supporting the weight of your body with your core instead of your hands. Press back to downward facing dog. Then bring your right foot forward to a high lunge, aligning your right knee over your right ankle. And then we'll step both feet forward to a forward fold. On an inhale, come all the way up to the top, and we'll repeat. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hold for 2 breaths. On your exhale, step your right foot back to a high lunge, squaring your hips to the front of your space. And on an exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Really press in through the roots of your hands and your feet. Slide forward to plank pose. We'll hold here to build a bit of core strength before lowering knees, chest and chin to Ashtanga Pranam. And sliding forward into a Cobra Pose. Exhale back to downward facing dog. And then you'll inhale your right foot forward into a high lunge as your next move. Hold here. And step your left foot forward to a forward fold, which will hold for about 2 breaths. Grounding through all 4 corners of your feet before coming up to a stand with your arms overhead. And this will be our 3rd and final time with sun salutation C. Inhale up, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Step back with your right foot on an inhale. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose. Knees, chest and chin. Ashtanga Pranam before sliding forward into Cobra, which we will also hold for 2 breaths. Exhale to downward facing dog. On an inhale, bring your right foot forward to a high lunge. Hold for 2 breaths. And we'll end by bringing the left foot forward to a forward fold. On an inhale, bring your torso up, arms overhead, namaste. Now we'll move into sun salutation A, arms overhead, swan dive forward. Rise halfway up, hold for 2 breaths. Lower down to the floor and jump back to chaturanga before sliding through to upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. And on the bottom of your exhale, jump forward to your forward fold. Before coming up halfway, forward fold. Rise up. And repeat. Now we'll go for the second sun salutation A, arms overhead with an inhale, exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, jump back to chaturanga. Pull forward to upward facing dog. Press back to downward facing dog. Look forward, step or jump to your forward fold. Inhale, arch halfway up. Before exhaling to your forward fold and coming all the way up to standing. We'll do this one last time. Inhale, arms overhead. Swan dive forward on your exhale. Arch halfway up. Before jumping back to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Look between both hands and jump forward to a forward fold. From your forward fold, you'll come to standing with your hands at heart center. Namaste. Now we'll move into sun salutation B. On an inhale, assume chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arch halfway up. Exhale, jump back to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot forward to warrior one pose. And exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Repeat on the left side, bringing your left foot forward on an inhale to warrior one. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog, and then exhale to downward facing dog. You'll jump between both hands to a forward fold. Arch halfway up. And end with chair pose. Awesome. We'll repeat that 2 more times. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arch halfway up. Exhale, jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right foot forward to warrior one pose, squaring your hips to the front of your space. Exhale to chaturanga before inhaling to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left foot forward right under your nose, square your hips to the front. Warrior one. Exhale to chaturanga. Before sliding through to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Jump to a forward fold. Arch halfway up. And assume chair pose. I hate chair pose, I really do. So I'm glad there's only one more round left. Let's go. We're going to inhale to chair pose. And then exhale to your forward fold. Inhale, arch halfway up. Exhale, jump back to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're almost there. Inhale your right foot under your nose. Come up into warrior one. Strongly rooted through your feet, through your legs. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. You're probably feeling that in your arms and chest now. Perfect. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left foot forward, right under your nose. Drop your back heel. Come up to warrior one. Down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Last one, you're almost there. Exhale to downward facing dog. Exhale out all of your air, jump to your forward fold. And then you will enjoy your final chair pose. And we're done, guys. Moving on. Now we'll work on some isolation exercises. Bring your left foot on the top of the block using the wall for support if needed. And we're going to simply raise and lower the right hip. So we'll really want to focus on using the strength of the hip instead of using any other body part. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back and shake it out. And we're going to pedal forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and shake it out. And we'll repeat the same thing, this time pedaling backwards. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That side's definitely harder for me. Now we're going to shake it out a little bit, relax, and switch to the next side, where we'll start with the hip raises on the left side. And we'll do 20 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We'll be step down, shake it out. And then we'll move on to pedaling forward on your right hip. Step up with your left foot and pedal forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step out, shake a little bit, relax, and we'll pedal backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. That part's done. Shake it out. Now we're going to do some uneven forward bending. You'll want to bring your block to your left side. Bring up your left foot, step on top. Bring both feet parallel and lean forward in a forward fold, slowly straightening your left leg. So that's what I'll be doing. And I wanted to show you that from the side before showing you also from the front. So I'll bring my left foot on top of the block, keeping the knee a little bit bent. Lean forward. You can either rest your hands on the floor or behind your back. And now slowly, slowly, slowly begin to straighten your left leg. You might need to adjust the placement of your feet, sort of work through your hips and find what's comfortable. But the ultimate goal is to have your left and right legs straight and parallel to one another, even though they're on an uneven surface. This gives you an excellent, excellent stretch all along the backs of your legs and along the side of your left hip. If you want a bit more, try bringing your fingertips down to the floor and walking your fingertips over to the right while pressing your hips towards the left. Yeah, that's where you get that awesome stretch right along your hamstring as well as the outside of your left hip. So really bring separation between both ends of your body, reaching out towards your right with your hands and reaching towards your left with your hip. Walk it back in, bend both knees and slowly roll up. Shake it out, do a little dance. And then we'll switch over to the next side. So you'll step your right foot on top of your block. Bring your left foot parallel. Start off with a small bend in your right knee before diving into your forward fold. While you're in your forward fold, slowly begin to straighten your right leg. Beautiful. Try to relax into this as much as you can. Let go of any clenching in your jaws and your brow line, any clenching in your hips and your toes. Try to relax into this as much as possible. It can be really intense for some people. Hold for a few more breaths. Now you'll bring your fingertips to the ground, walk your fingertips off to the left while pushing your hips towards the right. Really elongate as much as you can and enjoy that beautiful stretch along your right leg and all into your right hip. I hated this the first time I did it, and I've loved it ever since. Now I bring it back to the center, micro bend in the knees, roll all the way up, shake it out. And now we're moving on. So we'll begin in cat and cow as we enter into a high lunge. This time your hands will be on the inside of your foot as we prepare for grasshopper. But for now, we're just going to hold it inside of our high lunge. Strong through your back leg, rooted through your hands and feet. Really letting your hips sink down. Now, if you would like, you can also lower onto your forearms to intensify the stretch through your groin and your hip. Breathe deeply. Send that air anywhere that you feel tension. And now we're going to switch sides. Bring your opposite foot forward. Rest both hands on the inside of your foot. Strengthen through your back leg. Enjoy this first pose. Be sure that your knee is perpendicular to your foot on the ground. Settle into the forearm stretch if you'd like. And if that's too deep or too intense or just unpleasant for you, feel free to skip it and stay on your hands instead of lowering to your forearms. Now we're going to come out of it and we'll need to grab your block and your strap. And you'll come lying flat on your back. Now what we'll do first is place the block right under the sacrum. That's the bony part of your back. Keep it on the bone, not on the soft part, so that you can support your body as fully and completely as possible. If you want a little bit more, we're also going to add a nice little stretch here. Use your strap to loop it around the arch of your foot or around the ball of your foot. Extend your left leg, pressing through your heel, and then draw your foot inward. Now, it doesn't matter how close your foot gets to your face, whether your foot's on the ground behind your head or it's barely off of the floor in front of you. As long as you're feeling a really good stretch through the front of your left thigh and up the hamstring of your right leg, then you're in the perfect place for your body. You may also feel it a little bit in the calf of your right leg if you have the strap positioned pretty close to the ball of your foot. That usually gives a really nice calf stretch. Just hold here and breathe. Now we're going to lower into a half happy baby pose. Think about bringing your knee into your armpit, or as close to it as you can get. You're going to really feel that stretch now in your left front thigh. Some people feel it by pointing their toes or at least pressing through the ball of their feet. Others feel it by flexing. Just wherever you feel that stretch the best, do what works for your body. As far as your right leg goes, continue to think about bringing that knee towards your armpit and having your foot flat towards the sky. Hold here and enjoy, or enjoy as much as possible. Breathe deeply. And you'll come on out. Rest both feet on the floor. Stretch, 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 and breathe. And we're soon going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. This time, the strap is going to go around your left foot, either at the arch or at the ball of your foot. Straighten your left leg overhead. Stretch out your right leg. Either press through the ball of your foot or through your heel. Just depends on what feels good for you. And engage those muscles. This time you'll feel the stretch through the front of your quad on your right side, as well as a little bit on your right front hip. And you'll also feel this in your hamstring and calf on your left leg. Now you might notice that my legs stay kind of bent. I tend to lock my knees if I straighten them completely, or I tend to hyperextend. So I like to keep a little micro bend in my knees. If that's not true for you, go ahead and straighten your leg as much as is comfortable. Just be sure to do what works in your body. Now we're going to come into the half happy baby. Think about bringing that left knee into your armpit area, keeping your foot towards the ceiling. Oh, I know, this side is a lot harder for me. Really elongate through that right leg, pressing through the ball of your foot or through your heel. And breathe deeply. Make little adjustments as needed, and be sure to listen to your body. Beautiful. Release your strap, stretch out both legs, enjoy the symmetry for a little while. Breathe deeply. Now we're going to remove the block and enter into our final stretch for the day. You'll want to rest your sacrum onto the floor. Bring your left ankle over your right knee. Press your left knee away from your face as you slowly pull in your right knee. You'll kind of make a number 4 with your legs. This will be a really good stretch for your hamstring on your left side. Release and repeat on the opposite side. This time bringing your right foot or right ankle across your left knee, pressing away your right knee away from your face and drawing in your left knee towards your chest. Awesome. Now release. And we're ready for the best part. It's shavasana. Extend your legs out in front of you. Roll your shoulders down and back. Release your hands and enjoy shavasana for 5 to 15 minutes. Namaste.